Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, here to help guide you on your birding adventures. And I'm joined with hubby.
Okay.
And today we are going back to the bison. I really need to kind of get him done. And this is on a 12 by 16 Baltic Birch. And I started him in September. I did take my reference photo at Arizona. Hi Eve, hi Grace, hi Paul. And on transferring my pattern, it may not be as easy to see the lines, but I used this graphite paper, and again, it's graphite, not carbon paper. Carbon paper has two downsides to it. It's very hard to remove from wood, and it also has wax in it, which makes it an issue to burn over the lines with your burner. So stick with the graphite paper. It can be used over and over again. I still have pieces from 10 years ago. And let's see here. I haven't decided exactly where I'm starting. So, couldn't hear you very well.
I was spacing away. Hopefully you should be able to hear me now. We're on about a 20-second delay.
Okay. Hi Juan. Hi Sheila. I am starting with my Optima spear shader, and I am testing it on a scrap piece of birch that I got at Michael's.
Andrew's here.
Hi Andrew.
And Tony Fleming.
Hi Tony and Lisa and Lee. We're just getting the squad all in here, aren't we?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm set just below a 3. And I haven't worked on this since...
I like to think of you as a 10.
Well, thank you. Let's see here. September was the last time I touched this, so I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. I think we're just going to jump in. I do have... Let me pop that up for you.
Podge is here.
Hi, Kevin. Podge, sorry. It's his name.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to start I think right here in the middle. Could zoom in a bit.
Marie Monopoly is here.
Hi, Marie. So zoom us in.
Hopefully Paul joins us today.
He's in there.
Is he?
He's at the top.
Oh, hey Paul. It's good to have Paul back.
It is. Alright. That looks a little better. Okay. Now I'm on a lower heat setting.
Philip Ayakabachi is here.
Hi, Philip. And remember, bisons have all different kinds of fur. We've got shorter furs down the nose. We've got a long beard at the bottom. We got curly afro going on and mats. So this is pretty much a lot of the texture you're going to be dealing with over and over again in both animal and human.
This looks familiar.
It looks familiar because I worked on it before.
No, it's oh, the mirror when I woke up.
When you woke up.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
Looks like me in the morning.
Oh, no, I get it. Now, I'm not trying to burn over my lines. The lines that I do have transferred are just guidelines, so I know where I'm going and what direction I want to go with. With all fur, it's a matter of going in the direction of that fur, working in clumps and clusters, not putting in every single hair, because then it'll look more stringy.
True.
So it's a matter of... You always get the loud stuff.
Well, I had to put tinfoil on it because I wanted my chili to stay hot. I had to.
Short strokes makes the hair, of course, shorter.
Just moved right on, didn't she, folks?
I did, because I don't want to forget. So long strokes makes the hair shorter. And the longer strokes, of course, look longer.
Okay.
And if you've got head-on or straight short fur, a lot of that is going to be stippling, lots of dots, because when you're looking at short fur or hair straight on, you don't see the whole hair. You just see a dot. Think of a guy who hasn't shaved in a day or two.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Heather.
Oh, sorry, I'm doing my job. Hey, Heather, cat lady is here.
So I'm erasing the pencils marks as I go. I don't want to burn them in if I can help it, because they will show through lighter burnings especially. And this one's a 4-in-1 eraser. That's my bigger eraser you'll see me using. And the smaller one is the mono eraser. It's sanded. Ooh, too bright. There we go. For ink. It does well on wood as well to remove the graphite. And then I do have a small, skinny mono eraser that I can use for really small areas. So since I'm on a low heat, when I go to darken this area, I am going to have to raise my heat higher to get it darker, but for now this is fine.
And where are you on now?
I am on just about 2 3/4.
Okay.
So
I was just asking for the benefit of chat.
yeah, I burn next to the line, not on the line, and I don't want to outline if I can help it. If you're going for realism, nothing in life is outlined, even man-made stuff. I think we can zoom in a little closer, or even closer. Let's zoom, 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 zoom. And try to get everything in the middle. Oop, wrong side. There we go. Okay. There we go. So, the area that gets hit by light is a raised fur, and as the fur gets darker, that's more layered underneath. So trying to get that layered look helps if you're doing layers. So I could also be using the ball tip or the coarse hair shader for this. But right now I'm just using the edge of the spear shader. I can go back and kind of darken up and smooth out these groups of fur. And then I can always come back later. I will come back and darken it. But for now, I know where that's at. Let's see here. Sometimes it's hard when you haven't worked on a burning in a while, trying to remember what all you were doing.
That's true. What?
That's just true?
It is.
Okay.
I agree.
You agree. Alright, this fur is head on, but you can see. So I want to get those in there. And I'm trying to miss the pencil. Let's get rid of it.
I missed Heather's arrival, and Grace is suggesting that Heather asked to see my manager.
The manager's busy right now.
Ha!
Ha!
You gotta deal with me, Heather.
Okay, let's see here. So that's straight up and down. If you want the reference photo bigger, I think I can make it a little bit bigger. Let's see here. And then we have more clumps in this area. And these clumps, based on my reference photo, I'm looking at the same black and white photo. I'm going to need to get the same tone that I have down here. So I think I'm going to bump up to 3.5. And actually, I could switch over to the ball tip. That might Help me. You know what? That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch over to the large ball tip, because then I can just make squiggly lines, and it looks like curly, out of control fur. But I can get into smaller areas or bigger areas. So we're going to go with this. I'm just waiting for it to heat up. Make sure I turned it on. The larger ball tip does take a little bit longer to heat up because there's more metal in one area.
It's metal.
It's metal. All right.
Yeah, Ozzy.
So let's see here. We have some darker hair, and I'm just moving it around in no particular pattern because this is random fur. Let's see here. This can go darker. And then I can go in, and I really don't have to worry about the starts and stops in this because I can blend them out, and they also give more texture to the hair. So I'm going to use it. What are you about?
Well, you're using the characteristics of your tools to your advantage.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
The least amount of work as possible.
That's my motto.
The heat.
For life.
The heat needs to be doing the work. I'm not pressing hard. And I'm just kind of moving around. It will need to be darker, but at least I can see where I'm at. Let's see here. So do we have any questions?
No.
No.
Grace is having problems with her cat.
Oh, that stinks.
Well, not big problems.
Oh.
Grace's cat doesn't want to look at her.
Alright, so I got those pretty much in. So I can erase those. I've only got these lines just so I can keep track of what I'm doing.
Oh. Eve has a question.
Yes.
What is your favorite surface to burn? She asked that way.
To burn. Favorite surface. I'm thinking. Since I am burning on quite a bit of different surfaces lately. You know what? I think I'm still partial to wood. I think I've been working on wood for so long that I always come back to it.
What kind of wood?
This one's birch.
Yeah, but what's your favorite wood?
Oh my god, all this thinking hurts. Birch. I'm just gonna go with birch.
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 Birch is nice. That's right, Paul. Bruce Lee.
Alright. So these are just the lighter first layers. And then I'm going to have to come back and do... And if I slow down the pen, I don't have to change my heat setting. Just slow down the pen, and it'll go darker. Speed up the pen, and it goes lighter. Boy, he's got a lot of curly fur. And the thing is, he was also in the middle of shedding, too, because this photo was taken in the summertime. So he was in the middle of getting rid of his summer coat.
Well, it's definitely like patchy.
Hmm?
Grace asked if asking like your favorite surface to burn is like asking who your favorite child is.
That I won't answer. Not that either. No, not that any of them watch, but
No, the wood.
I know. I know. I'm teasing. Let's see here. Still trying to get my bearings back. In the end, I tend to be... I will have drawn this bison 3 times, but because there's such a gap since the last time I worked on him, just trying to get my bearings back. And see, the smaller ball tip will leave less of the start and stop blobs. Alright, so let's go down here. I'm not outlining, but I am just quickly trying to tap in the direction that I do have mapped out so I can get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not outlining. And I know that's really hard for those new to burning, wanting to do the outlines. And if that's how you choose to do your work, there's beautiful things out there that have been done. But if you're frustrated and trying to get more realism, it's really, really important to try to wean yourself off of doing the outlines. And the easiest way to do that is to start lightening the outlines that you do already. And the more you lighten them and get used to them not standing out so much for yourself, the more you'll stop doing it, because you will have gotten used to it. And I promise, though it does take longer, it is worth doing. Now, if you're working on a different style that you're really into, that is totally up to you. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to stop. Let's see here.
I think fighting the instinctive outlines is a natural instinct for humans, because as children, that's how we start to draw.
Yeah.
And that's reinforced throughout our lives. So at whatever point that you decide that you maybe want to try realism, you're going to have to fight that, because it's these are learned symbols that you use to represent things, and outlines are
coloring books.
a huge component of that. Yeah, coloring books. Cartoons,
yeah. And if that's what's got you frustrated because you feel like your work is more cartoony, the first thing I highly suggest is checking out your outlines. Now, when I say that you can do lighter outlines, I'm going to switch pens. What I mean, let's see, where am I going? I'm just going to pop down to the medium and turn this down.
Well, Philip says, by watching your work, I'm trying to back off from outlining his work.
That's so awesome. Philip just put up a couple of days ago this awesome owl he did.
Oh, that was his.
That was Philip's.
That was very beautiful.
Yep.
Really well done.
Alright, heat up. People are watching. Come on. You can do it.
Oh man. Now it's a chat. You've just had to yell at Paul.
Oh. And everything's back to normal. Okay, so this is really...
All we need is Angel in chat now.
Yeah, we are missing Angel. Okay, so this is at a 2. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how to do this. I broke myself of doing it, so I'm trying to go back. So I'm really light, and I'm just going along the pencil line. But in doing this, I can more easily blend these lines in. Let's see here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. That way you can see them. Alright, so they're really light. They're going to look a little darker because they're next to the pencil. And I'm just barely touching down. So now when I remove the pencil, now I gotta remember I've got this one going in portrait. Easier if you erase with the grain. Alright.
I'll be right back. Moon's whining.
I know. Alright, so it's really light. And now when I go to darken these areas, I can blend them out. And you don't see them. And I think this is the easiest way to feel more comfortable not outlining. And I haven't bumped up my heat, I'm just slowing down. And this is allowing it to go darker. But now you can't tell that I did outline that before I filled it in. So if you feel more comfortable doing the outlines, do your outlines as light as possible, where even if all you can see is just a faint line, you know where it's at, and it'll make it much easier to work with and blend in. So even if I did this along the edge, if I do it much lighter than the burn I expect to put in, it will hide it. And then nobody will know if you outlined. I did bump this up to 3.5. And now those outlines are gone. They're worked into the rest of the art. So I think that is the easiest way for those new to burning to kind of back off the outlines but still feel comfortable in what they're doing when going for realism. So let's see here. He left me again, so I'm trying to figure out what to talk about. There's Angel. She's in. Alright. So now there's just a lot of squiggly lines. Some of it's in shadow, so those are some are gonna be a little darker. This way I'm not putting in every hair. And then I can burn over it to incorporate it more. See, I feel like I'm kind of off. There we go. It helps if you are looking straight on your board. No wonder I felt like his head was tilting. Alright. So now I can switch back to the spear shader. And I can use the tip of the spear shader to do this as well. I still have this at 3.5. In fact, I think the spear shader, the Corsair shader, will give me a better outcome. But now I can just hit some of these areas flat. Again, I'm not I'm just squiggling it around. Very technical term, squiggling. And then I can bump up the heat or slow down to make them darker. Let's see here. Heather has a question. Since graphite lead leaves the shine, if you go over it, can charcoal be used, or would it be shiny as well? Since I'm trying to avoid burning in the graphite, I really don't worry about the shine. And charcoal, I think charcoal would really leave a mess in the wood grain itself, and you'd have a harder time getting it out. So I don't know that I would... I think charcoal would be similar to carbon paper, transfer paper. So I don't know that I would try that. I could go hotter. So,
What a miss.
squiggly, a very technical term.
Oh, Angel's here.
Yes, she's here.
Oh, it's a party. Got Paul and Angel.
Yeah. So now I'm just, where some of those squigglies are, I was just making them thicker so I can get more shading in. And since, the Dean in the Drawing with Fire group named this bison Bill. So this is Bill, everybody. There we go. I was just showing them how you can burn lighter if you really still feel more comfortable outlining, how you can do it and not have those dark outlines.
Okay.
So just working it in. Again, I see the dots from the starts and stops, but since this is hair on a bison, I don't really think they take away from it. Let's see.
Philip says he tried charcoal and it was a total mess. He had to throw everything away.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm kind of thinking too.
And Angel's asking, carbon paper, do you mean black transfer paper?
There, you will see some that say carbon graphite paper, and you will see others that say just graphite paper, transfer paper. This is what you want. There's Sorol on Amazon. There's the Walnut Hollow. I know some people complain about the no words today. Walnut Hollow being more expensive. You can get it cheaper at Michael's if you can find it than on Amazon. But these sheets last for a long, long time. So I use these all the time. The carbon graphite, if you remember how frustrated I got with the still life and the pencil or the lines that I transferred not coming off, that is why. That one, it was the Mona Lisa carbon graphite paper, and it does not want to come out of wood. So I won't be using that again. But yeah, charcoal I think would act the same way. So I'm just trying to darken some of this up. I kind of feel like I got him a little crooked, so I need to... He is looking head on. Let's see here. So I do want to get these lines a little straighter so that it feels like he's looking at us straight on. Because if I go too far this way, then his nose is going to look like it's going this way versus looking more at me. Though he is a little curved, he's not a lot curved. So I'm just going to try to get him back. And since I used lighter layers for this first set of burning, it's much easier for me to correct. If I had gone full dark or tried to achieve the tone that's here in the photo, I'd have a much harder time correcting. Goodness. Alright, so cross the nose. And since his nose has different planes and angles, but they are, I don't want to say circle because it's not a circle. Going this way and that way, I need to make sure that the hair follows that direction. Even though looking at my photo, some of the hair does go back as well. And let's see here. I also have a bigger color photo. I couldn't find my big black and white, so I had to reprint. So right here, the hair does kind of go back and down.
You're not quite on.
Oh, that's right. I'm zoomed in.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see if I can get the... There we go. Yay! The fur is kind of going down and back. These are the different planes that we're looking at. But because this one's in color, some of this area shows up differently to our eyes versus the black and white like what I have on screen. So that's why I'm using both. Though mostly I have black and white and color to my left, but right now I'm mainly looking at the black and white. Let's see here. So just trying to go along. I could lower the heat for this one because I turned it up. I think it'll be okay. And see right here, it goes down a little bit.
Angel says somebody told her to use chalk because it's easy to erase.
For burnings, now chalk works great for acrylics, but for burnings, I would be worried about the pigment in the chalk. That's what kind of holds pyrographers back, is we have to worry about, because every time we use heat and activate something we've put down on our board, if the pigment itself is toxic, even though it's being used in a non-toxic form, when that heat comes in contact, it can send off fumes that will make you sick. So that's why I'm very hesitant to use anything other than graphite. I know graphite's safer. I mean, we're burning wood. There is some issue. If you notice, I don't have any smoke coming off my board at all. I can't even smell the board being hot.
Angel says, great picture of me. See, I told you. She wasn't here. She wasn't here for the first, so you know that it's right. Volnai Quintino says, beautiful.
Well, thank you and welcome. Thank you very much. See, I'm kind of off right here. This should have gone down instead of off to the side. So, I'm going to make it look like I did it on purpose and kind of work it in. That's a bad thing about being away from picking up a burning after a long while. I was off. Okay, so I can...
You lose your momentum too.
Yeah. Well, I've got the one special project that's almost done. I have two other ones I really need to get finished. And then the Barry and Bill here, I will just dive in and get them done. I normally, in the past, I did not work on multiple pieces
That's true.
at the same time. YouTube has created that, and part of me doesn't like it. Because used to it was, okay, I'm going to work on this piece, and I'm not starting another piece until this piece is done. And that allowed me to keep where I needed to be. Let's see here, I'm going to move.
You know, Paul just made a comment.
Who, Paul? Make a comment?
And,
Oop, I went the wrong way.
And he's right.
What's that?
He was talking about the torch. It's been a long time since you used the torch.
I know, I haven't thought of a project that I want to use it on. I don't think it's good for everything.
I think that you need to have a torch project.
Okay, so let me give you an idea for a torch project then, because I don't have one right now.
So, Angel asked what's the difference between a bison and a buffalo, and Paul says a bison is something an Australian washes their face in. Nice. We missed you, Paul.
Yes, we did. Glad to have you back. Alright. So I made this area a little darker. In fact, this side right here can go darker than that. And I'm using the flat bottom of the pen.
Grace said the torch isn't good for everything.
No, not always.
I agree with you, Grace.
I would be so upset taking the torch to this. It just would not feel right to me. I wouldn't be able to get the nuance. Right. And since this isn't a dark background, this background is going to have, I'm going to burn along with the grain that's here. I know it's hard to see. To make it look like mountains in the background. And then there's going to be a copper sunrise, sunset, and a little bit of copper foil put into Bill's horns.
Melissa just made a comment. She says that she knows that you're not close to done, but she likes the way that you do the eyes and how you capture the expression. And then earlier, Grace was saying that the bison was looking at her. Yes, Grace, I read your comment.
Focused enough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, but the torch.
Yeah, the torch is just going to have to wait. Unless there's another quick project that I can think of to use the torch on.
I am a bad aim. There, Paul.
Let's see here. Let's go put those in real quick. Erase.
Oh, Heather hasn't seen you use a torch.
Oh.
She wants to know if there's a video that you can point her to.
The sunflower. I use the torch in the sunflower. And I use the torch on the gourd.
I have to put, you want purple on that, right?
Let's focus on that later. My brain is like,
oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't want to make color choices while I'm trying to get this in.
Okay.
That's all. So many thoughts, trying to burn them out.
I don't think that's healthy.
Well, gotta get them out of my head somehow. Alright, this is darker. You know what? I feel like I'm needing more.
You got some sleep last night, huh?
A little bit.
And much tamer.
Well, I don't have anything that is setting me off.
Oh, well, maybe chat can come up with something.
Oh no. No. It's harder to focus when... There we go. So, because I know there's a lot of people who are feeling overwhelmed by dark fur, and so I'm trying to make this something that they can follow along with. It's not black fur. Let's see here. Well, actually, some of it is black fur. So I know Sheila was working on a Roddy, Rottweiler, I think, or Rottweiler mix with dark hair. And Philip asked for any fur. So right now I'm just really trying to think of everything I can to help.
Sorry, there's a sub-conversation
That's
going on
fine.
here about trousers. It's not part of your brain. I'm wearing pajamas. I'm wearing SpongeBob pajamas, if you really want to know, Angel. Paul.
Are they trying to figure out what?
No, they're saying the torch would be a good thing to, like, good things for the torch would be, like, also useful for live. That Grace was like, wink, wink. And Paul said also on Jason, trouser bottoms.
Oh, that wouldn't be safe. My pin is at 4, and it is a little warm right here. Not here, not here, but right here. If you notice that the pin is not sitting where the heat is not sitting anywhere uncomfortable. So, whoop, I didn't test my pin before I touched down. So we got a dark mark there.
It's okay.
I'll have to do more of it so it looks like I did it on purpose. I know better. But even I forget to test my tip before I touch down.
You got this.
I know. This area was going to be darker anyway, so that just helps my eye to get there quicker. Trying to go with the direction of the fur, and since his fur is like all over the place, my pen is going all over the place.
Heather has a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you burn somewhere that you need to keep light, can you scrape the top layer off and get back to light wood, like sanding or something?
Yes, you can.
That's in a lot of your videos, isn't it?
No, I try to preserve my lights as much as I can, but I can go back if I need to. So,
I mean, you've addressed it in videos before, right?
yes,
Ah.
on some level. But yeah, I can go back and lighten, but I do, just like in watercolors, I try to preserve as much of the light as I can. And that's why I work in layers, because then I can always go back and darken. If I can help it, I don't want to scrape the wood. If I can help it. So,
Well, Lee Art says she and her hubby had dinner tonight watching, and hubby sends you his compliments. He thinks your work is beautiful.
well, thank you, Lee's hubby.
She agrees with you.
Thank you.
And Grace was wearing Ninja Turtle pajamas one day. I'm jealous. I'm wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt right now. So,
I got my moon and cloud pajama pants on.
I know. Your
Pippi
pajamas look like the wallpaper in Toy Story.
But they're fuzzy and comfortable.
Maybe people thought that we were all dressed up.
Oh, heck no. No, 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 no. You want me to add the second webcam, which means I would have to get dressed. And I don't want to. I want to be comfortable. There we go.
That's how I know which building I'm in on campus.
Yeah.
Like if somebody blindfolded you and carted you into a building, you could open your eyes and tell which building you're in. And it's like, oh, yep, okay, business students. And it's like, because, they're all kind of like sort of dressy. And then, like, you open up your eyes in the building and people are wearing pajamas and flip-flops. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's the art building.
And nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. We have a dark line going here.
Oh, Heather's in butterfly jammies.
See, there we go. We're having a slumber party. Kind of, in a way. Somehow.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk it back, and it just ain't going back.
Too late. It's too late.
It's not going back.
Work.
Trying. At least, let's see here. See, he looks a little whiter. I should have gone down, and I'm actually probably going to have to scrape, because I just realized I went too arched with this line. So I'm going to have to fill it in. And then try to... Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Try to angle it down more. So since I'm doing that...
Oh, somebody just subscribed.
Yay! Welcome.
I didn't see the name though.
Oh,
I'm
bummer.
so sorry. Whoever subscribed, thank you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Alright, so X-Acto knife. And this has actually got a broken tip. The tip of my knife is broken. And so... You know what? No, not going to do that one.
Not going to do that one?
No, but I also have... This is an emery board cut down. So it's fine sandpaper. Let's try this. I haven't actually used this. I got a pack of like 100 of these on Amazon. I didn't put it in the description because I wasn't expecting to use it. But I have it. Because it's a light burn. Yeah, I'm just going to take it all. I'm trying to go with the grain of the wood. Let's see, how much have I got out? Not a whole lot. I don't like doing this because it does damage the wood more. And the burn will be darker.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So when you damage the wood, it darkens the burn?
Yep.
Oh, that's good information.
I'll have to lower the heat. Kind of like when you paint and... Or, you know, thinking of watercolors and you rip the paper and it takes the paint differently. Same theory. Alright, so I bumped down to 2.5. Let's see if I can do this a little bit better. It's still not as light as I'd want, but it's not like the hair is perfectly white.
No.
So let's just give the illusion.
So the lightest of the lights are in the horns and maybe on the nose.
Let's see, I don't want it as thick. This goes this way. What I can do is switch over to my thinner tip. It's micro. It's smaller than the smallest ball tip. So I'm going to switch over to that and I can really get in to the small areas. There we go. Thing is this will gouge the wood because of how the tip feels. It's sharper, but you can use that to get fine lines. So I'm not going to stress about it. Just keep it moving. How close up is it?
It looks fine. In frame.
See, even at 2, this is a hotter. Oh, I was at 2.5. I'm going to bump it down to 2. And I'm just going to try to get my direction right. The darker I go, the harder it's going to be to back out.
That's true.
So, I don't want this too uniform, but the hair does go back. And then, so I can work it in, this hair goes down. And see, even though I sanded this board, I looked at the information from the last live. So I sanded this board 600. It's still, I can still feel the grain. And that's normal.
Do you think that you feel it more because you're tuned to it?
No, I think I'm feeling it more because I'm using a finer tip.
Oh.
And it's grabbing it. I think everybody feels it on some level, especially if their tips are not polished. Like the Burnmaster tips are not polished. The Coalwood, most of them are not polished. Razor tip really isn't polished. So you can feel the grab. These are, I know it doesn't look polished, but it is more polished for the Optima. It's just this is a finer tip with a little sharper edge, so it's grabbing. But it does work well on fur texture too. So I just kind of do this. Still feel, and I will go back and darken this. I just trying to give myself a little bit of give.
Angel thinks that's cool. And Andrew says, whoa, with a lot of those. Whoa. Details, stunning.
I didn't put the camera head on because I knew my hand gets in the way. But hopefully...
Kathy Whitney's here.
Hi, Kathy. So, kind of want to shape this a little bit.
I think the weather is messing with my sinus.
I was wondering what's going on.
I'm not sick.
I hope not, because we can't do that again.
No.
Alright, so I've got this. There we go. Like that. And here I went too far down. Let's see if I can get it back. That's the one thing with the lives is I'm more likely to make a mistake. Because I'm trying to do so many things at once. See, here I went too far down and kind of lost the shape of his nostril. So, let's see if we can get it back. Try to, anyway. Let's see here. And when I say I'm more likely to make a mistake in life, it's because I'm doing a lot of multitasking, trying to make sure I cover everything and answer questions. And sometimes I lose track of what I'm doing. That's all. It's not anybody's fault. It's just part of... Let's see here. This should have been higher.
Andrew wants to know, how's the hush hush coming along? What's he talking about?
Oh.
The thing from last night?
Yeah, no.
No?
What do you mean from last night? What do you mean from last night? The one I was working on last night? Yes, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
I made a post in the group that I was working on a secret piece, but I couldn't show them yet.
It looks awesome. But I can't talk about it because of non-disclosure agreement with my manager, Grace.
Well, Grace knows what it is, so does Eve. Well, anybody who was here last week knows what it is.
That's true. That's my fault.
Well, I forgot to tell you. So I'll take that one. I forgot to tell you. So I'm pulling up the hairs and trying to get that curved look.
Lisa says, glad to see that you're using that tip. She hasn't been able to use hers yet. And Brittany says that it's really sharp, but it's awesome for her letters.
Yeah. Well, for Brittany's letters? Huh.
Maybe she's doing lettering?
Yeah, I know Brittany's doing lettering. I'm just trying to picture this doing. For thin lettering, yeah, I could see.
Unless she's actually writing letters, like wooden letters. That's hardcore. Time to catch up on my correspondence.
Yeah, that would take a little while. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get my direction better. This does curve over. And because I'm going fast and I have this set on low, the camera may not be picking up on it. I'm just trying to get a better guide of where I'm going. I know a lot of people say some people say they freehand. This is the aspect of my freehand for burning. I still transfer the lines, but when it comes down to it...
Well, I think it's your interpretation. That's freehand, but you're interpreting the source.
Trying to. You see here, this lighter one went up higher. Let's see if I can get that. It went up higher. And this one kind of faded off.
Yeah, you've got a lot of work done.
On this?
Yeah. Yeah, because the center part wasn't filled in when we started.
What, right here?
Yeah, all that.
Well, it still needs to go much darker. Much darker.
Lisa says Brittany's been doing thin, dark letters.
Oh, okay. I could see doing that with this too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I kind of curved that, but you know what? It's alright. This one. Oop. I'm holding it up with my fingers so that I don't have to keep adjusting the camera. Though the color is off. Is it because of lighting?
Yeah, light, yeah.
Let's see. Maybe I can cut down my glare a little bit.
I actually liked it with that light on.
This light on?
Yeah, it looks a little richer.
There we go. Looking at it close up. Ugh. Oh, but this is much easier on my eyes. Sometimes that light just gets too bright. If the new camera can pick it up without the light, works for me. So I'm just trying to get some of these finer hairs in. And then I'll go back. Because these hairs on his snout are highlighted. Let's see here. This.
Yeah, looks really good.
I'm going to bump the heat. I bumped it up to just over 3.
Okay.
And if you notice, I'm not cleaning my tip because I don't need to. Because I'm working in these lighter layers, the carbon does not build up on the tip.
Oh.
And even if I did get a little bit, I would just wipe it off on my test board that I'm using for my temperature.
Ah,
Let's see here. Squiggle these in. Maybe that'll make me happier. Honestly, this is something I would probably prefer to work on my own. Just because I know I need to be all over the place.
well, we appreciate you taking your time.
Let's see here. That looks a little better for now. And I'm going to move over to this side and kind of, because this is darker. But even with this pin, if you notice, I'm not putting every hair in. Hopefully I'm not getting a glare. Okay.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to say.
That was painful.
Well, no, we were talking about other things, but you showed me a box that Andrew did.
Yes, Andrew did a beautiful,
That is amazing.
beautiful Harry Potter box for his grandson, Benji. Yep, you can see that over in the Facebook group page. I got all the links down in the description. Alright, so see if you notice it's not making as smooth of a burn, but that's okay. I can go back with the spoon shader and go over it. For now, I'm just trying. See here. I don't know why I have this more indented, because looking at my photo, it's more this way. I don't know why. Don't know what I was thinking.
That was from before, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did this at the county fair. So now I gotta see if I can fix. It's always, I don't know why this is off, but it is. It shouldn't be because I did the pattern from the photo, but it is off. Check darn. Now, if we weren't on live, there'd be some other words floating around the studio right now. Yeah. Alright. Let's see here. How to fix this. Why are you so off, Bill? What is up with you? Alright. I'm going to go back to the spoon shader because I can get a bigger area.
Andrew's asking, who's Benji?
Benji. Isn't that his grandson's name? Benji?
Oh no, there's a memory joke thing going on too.
Oh, okay.
You are wholly unaware of.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That so threw me off. Alright, so let's go this way. It kind of goes like this. I'm set at 3.5. His nosy thing is there. I'm going a little darker than I'd want, but...
Andrew says, smash the like button or Angel will visit you.
Alright. I'm going to darken this up a little bit.
Heather said she thought that was the shadow on the side of the face.
Yeah, it's kind of throwing it off. But, let's see here. I can tighten it a little bit so it's not as... Alright. So there, I kind of reshaped this side of his snout. This side still needs to be brought in. And I'm not sure why I'm so off. So bring this in. Sometimes it's hard to see on the photos. Let's see here. And since you guys are at an angle, he's at an angle, it might look right to you guys. But to me, it's bugging me. So I'm going to try to fix it a little bit. This goes darker up. And the thing is if I was just working on this and wasn't telling you guys what I had a problem with, more than likely most people would not pick up on it.
Mm. And I think even so, though, you are very conscientious when it comes to details, and I think that's essential. Because like what I was talking about last night about not wanting to rush through the last stages of my piece, you know, because I have a tendency to do that. So, and I think that you know taking the time to work out the details and to really pay attention is what makes the difference.
Yeah, but I don't understand why my drawing's so off.
Well,
I don't remember wrecking the drawing, but things happen, and it may have been how I don't know. I think I did it based off the color photo, and so that looks different.
yeah.
And some information may not be as relevant because of how the tones are, and I may have got thrown off from that,
Okay.
which is very possible. And I'm definitely far from perfect. So
What?
yeah, I know it's a hard one to believe. Let's see here. Get some of this graphite off. And do they pick up that there's less energy going on?
Huh?
On me.
Less energy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Oh, that you're not as animated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, how long do you want to go? We're past noon already.
Oh, I can go longer. Let's see here. There's a reason I'm worried about amber.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I still feel off here. See, that goes up. And this is more curved. Because he has his head turned just slightly. This curve is really giving my brain a hard time.
Mm.
Let's see, let's put that in there. See if that helps me.
Grace says don't push yourself too much. I concur.
Oh, I'm not. Let's see. I'm just trying. Because right now, he got a cockeyed smile.
Well, he
wasn't cueing anything. Let's see if I can get this. So what I'm doing here is free-handed. It's me looking at the drawing and trying to fix it.
Oh.
And what's funny is I'll probably look at this next week and go, what the hell did I do? Now I see it.
Well, Paul says if you need to stop, we all understand.
Oh, no. It's not that. I'm good. Alright. Let's curve. Give that roundness to his.
Lisa says that's why we love you, Val, but don't push it. Your toasties are awesome.
They are awesome. They are very awesome. I'm trying to think. Yeah. And here's my smaller Mono Zero. I do have everything linked down at the bottom, except for the graphite paper. I don't think I have that. And I'm just using this to get into smaller areas, trying to go with the grain.
I'm doing that thing where I'm listening to you, but I'm watching the feed live.
Yeah.
So I'm getting your commentary from right now, but I'm watching 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to touch down in a dark area so I can bring it up.
Ha, Andrew.
See, I still have graphite here. I'm going to have to...
Grace is asking if the Mono Zero is a sanding eraser as well.
No, it's just a regular eraser. Just small.
Oh.
Let me get back up on the screen. No, it's just a small one, so I can... Sometimes the Vanish is too big, and if I don't want to take out all the pencil, it's just easier. But that eraser is harder to just wipe off the eraser burgers. Eraser burgers? Boogers? Yeah, I can't even say that word. Cannot say it. The eraser dust. I guess that's technically what it's called.
Eve says mono erasers are the best.
I like them, but I definitely like my Vanish foreign one better. In fact, I need to order more because I've given you a couple and sent some to Josh, and I'm always worried they're gonna quit running them, quit having them.
What, the Vanish ones?
Yep. I can only get them at Jerry's.
Oh.
Or you can get it online at Amazon, but it's from Jerry's and you're paying more money.
What about the mono zeros?
Online. Amazon.
And how expensive are they?
A couple dollars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you order a couple for me next time?
The zeros?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Vanish?
And another Vanish? Just go into the second drawer. There's more.
Okay.
Do you like the Vanish?
Yeah. That's the one that I've been using, right?
The big one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do.
It is. Alright. I really want to get rid of these pencil lines. So this area is lighter. This is darker. I'm just gonna get some of these in there. Get some of these in there. Get some of those in there. Let's see how much I can get rid of. Alright, now this is gonna take a big... Hopefully this is off.
Towards the, I finished my coffee a while ago.
Yeah.
Can I show the mug at the end of the stream?
Oh, I so forgot to grab that stuff.
I didn't.
I did. Did you grab the other stuff?
No, I just got my mug.
What about the shirt?
I don't have that.
Alright. I am using the sanded eraser just to... Some of the graphite's being stubborn.
Paul says Vanish is good for getting stains out of clothes and carpets. That's right, Paul.
There we go. And I always go back with the 4-in-1 because it actually pulls the stuff from the grain.
Grace is asking, do we have merch?
A little bit. I forgot to grab it.
We might.
Your cup is dirty.
I just cleaned it, sort of.
Let's see here. I didn't.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Are you sighing at me?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I so side you. I side you. Some of that in there. I do have a little bit of graphite there. Gonna have to... He needs his face washed. That's the problem. He needs his face washed. Alright. So now... Are you trying to clean that with your finger?
I was just making sure that it was nice and clear.
So this area is going to need to be darker, but I'm not going to... I've got it in there now. So I'm going to leave it lighter. The lighter the layers, it really does give you leeway to remove things and fix things a little bit better.
Angel says, can she have a Vanish too? Which drawer? Get out of here, Angel! How is she doing that?
Because he heard me say it was in the second drawer.
Grace says that she feels like you sighing at me is not uncommon.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Let's see here. This pencil just does not... does not want to come off.
Heather just got yelled at
Oh,
by Edie. What
goodness.
did you do?
Had to be big.
Ah! I think I know what it is based on the conversation earlier.
Okay.
It's probably something with leopard print.
Oh, okay.
Leopard print onesie.
Oh. I don't have any of those. Not that anybody wants to know that.
Andrew says, it's looking brilliant, Valarie.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Let's see here. See, I still have graphite here. Frustrating. Well, thank you. For some reason, I'm just not feeling him right now. He's just not. He's not working with me. Let's see. So this area will be darker. I'll skip over that. And this curves. You really want to get that curve in there if you can. That's what gives it more fullness. It makes it look... Yeah, I could probably just do this. And it would help. There we go. Much better. Oop, went the wrong way.
That's what I can see right there that you're working on. It has a really, what I'm seeing in the live is looking really, really nice. It has a really nice quality to it.
Oh, thank you. Curve.
Yes, the bison's name is Bill.
Yes. Dean over in the group named it Bill.
And that was what I thought it was. That Heather
Oh.
got yelled at for.
Okay. Trying to bypass the graphite. Get these lines in the right spot. And then erase. I know this is taking a lot of time. And I might be grumbly about it right now. But
Taking time?
Shit.
You? Grumbly?
Hey.
At least you're not grumbly like Sunday.
Sunday. Oh. I had my bench, damn it. I wanted my bench. Alright. So just going with the direction of the hair and fur helps make such a difference. Because though I still feel his snout is off, but maybe I need to get this rest in here. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. Maybe I just need to get more, and I'll feel a little bit better about it. So, let's get some of this in here. I'm just using the side of the spear shader. Ooh, not too big on that. Had to burn that out. Get some of this in here. It's harder to see because this is a darker area. Ooh, stomach growling. Finally hungry.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Let's get this in here. Going with the shape. Nothing on his lip is straight up and down. There's a curve to it. And since I want to erase this line, I know this area down here is darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to negative burn below the graphite. And then I can erase it and I'll have my division. So I know where the mouth stops here without burning the graphite in. And I can adjust it as I need to. There we go. So he has more hair on his lip here than he does over here. Or he's just wearing it well. So, but this is not a light side because the light is coming on this direction of him. And you know what? I'm going to back out a little bit now. We're like way zoomed in. Let's see here. Back it out a little bit. So the light is coming from this side. So this is going to be more in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some people that have a hard time trying to find the light. So I'm looking at where my highest highlights are along his face. Is that more highlighted over here or more over here? If it's more over here, then it's easier to tell where the light's coming from. I have not turned down my heat, and I do keep forgetting to test my tip.
And Kathy, no, I'm sorry, not Kathy. Heather says that the light area to the right of the face looks like his tongue's hanging out.
Oh, right here?
No, I think to the right.
To the right. Oh, over here.
Well, not right side of the picture, left side of his face.
Left side is his face.
Okay,
as long as you identify it. Run. And this curves under, and in that curving, you're going to have some shading. But that needs to be darker. I'll just let that be for now. And part of me just wants to come over and like work on his back and whatnot, because less thing to think about. Because right now, to me, his face feels off.
Angel says that instead of me just saying really about you being hungry, that I need to get you a snack. She'll eat soon.
I will. Let's see here. Why do I have this so light? I don't know why I have this so light. This goes a little darker. I think I was working a lot from the colored pen photo, and that's what's throwing me off. I was working a lot from the black and white instead, or the color instead of the black and white. And so if you look here, that hair does look a little lighter.
Yeah.
But when you look at the black and white, it is not.
Ah.
So.
Do you want to go back to the black and white? Or do you want to leave that one up?
I'll leave it up for now.
Okay.
So I'm just going to darken this. Because I've already burned on this area, I do have to go with a higher heat. So I bumped it up to 4. Give it a second to heat up. And all I'm doing is just trying to blend in some of these lighter hairs. And go.
Okay.
So it doesn't stand out as much. Let's see here. And again, I can use the side and the tip of this shader to get a little bit more detailed. You don't need a ton of different tips. I know what it's like to have full set syndrome. I have it myself.
What syndrome?
Full set syndrome. Where you have to have all the pencils or all the paint or all the pastels or whatever your medium is. Where you want it all of that brand, of that set. But when it comes to burning, you don't need... I have a total of 7 Optima pins. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pins. I have only used... I've shown 4, but I really only used 3 on this so far. A lot of the pins do multiple... Oh boy. What Angel say?
An angel.
Paul? Sorry, Angel. This time.
He just assumed.
Well, it's Angel.
Paul asked, what is his sister doing at the bottom of the screen?
Oh, he has not seen Bernadette.
Yeah.
That is right. He does not know what that is. I'm sure Eve and Grace and everybody can fill him in.
Sure.
You,
Sure Grace will.
I don't even remember because I'm trying to burn and focus and talk. A lot of times I don't remember what we've discussed. And
That's right, you told me that today.
I told you last night. I don't remember what started Bernadette, other than the voice that you did.
Oh.
But I don't know how we got to that in the first place. So this part needs to be darker, but as I darken that, this needs to go darker. And this is below his mouth. So let's get that in there.
Well, they're explaining it to Paul.
Okay.
Eve is explaining to Janet, it's Bernadette, the channel mascot, and Grace says, just block it out, Paul.
He's already admitted that Bernadette has grown on her.
Well, that's good.
Oh, see, we didn't talk about that part. Sorry, Grace. Sorry. Let's see here. So I'm using the edge now. I know it's really hard to tell when I'm using the edge or when I'm using the bottom of the tip. Luckily, it's just a matter of just rolling very small motions, just rolling the pin to go back and forth. I wonder if I should do some kind of pin control lesson. Oops, too dark. Too dark. Luckily, he's a dark animal. So that does give me a little bit of leeway. But I feel him off. You're off, Bill. I put you this way. My shading feels off. It really does. Let's see here. So now I gotta find what's really bothering me. And see how much I can bring back.
Kathy, AFK is away from keyboard.
Oh.
Eve had to step away for a second.
Gotcha. That's alright. I've never seen it before, so.
Really?
Mm-mm. I just put a BRB.
BRB?
Yeah. I wonder if she put that because her cats might type for her.
That's possible.
Oh, sorry, you need a drink. Alright, so this area.
Todd says a pen control lesson would be great, Val.
I have no idea how I'd do that.
Well, now we have to think about it.
And now I do have to think about it. I'm not sure how I would do that. I will definitely put some thought into that.
Cyan Ink Art says, hi, first time seeing Pyrography live.
Hi, Cyan. Thank y'all for stopping by. We're almost done for this live. We'll be back next Tuesday.
Heather says it could mean away feeding kitties.
Oh, that's probably what it is, actually. Didn't even think about that. But it is. It is Eve.
3D Pyrography says, hello, it's looking great.
Hi, Mike. Thank you.
And Chris Kraft says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Chris.
What's up with everybody showing up?
I don't know, especially when we're
about a bunch of people come in.
Lunchtime.
Oh, yeah.
Lunchtime. So what I'm going to do... shade this. It's not so late. Remember, this time the grain is going up and down. So when I touch down, I'm going across the grain, so I have a higher chance of getting the blob. So Pen control lesson. How would I do that?
I don't know. Let's see.
I know, that's what I get for thinking out loud. I gotta figure out how to do it. I'll figure it out. I promise, Podge.
Well,
I'll figure it out.
airbrushing, there's some stuff I could show you, like how people have addressed like airbrush control in Mind Translate. It's like it's basically how to put the the airbrush, how to make specific kinds of strokes and things like that. So
I get what I mean by I gotta figure it out is I just go. And so I'm trying to be better about talking about when I go.
Paul says, Val, you stand at one end of the room with the pen at the other end, tell it to stay. And if it doesn't run to you, that's good pen control.
Yeah, our dog doesn't even do that.
And Grace is wondering if she ate.
No, I haven't eaten.
No, she's wondering if she ate.
Oh.
It's not the first time that she's done that she's wondered if she ate.
Alright, I think I'm gonna find a place to put Bill, give him a break.
Okay.
No. This all needs to be darker. But right now he feels like he has a dirty face. I still got graphite down here. Don't scare the new folks.
I'm not. I was just popping up that because we're getting close to the end.
Oh, okay. Yes, if you haven't joined the group, please do. We've got Philip and Andrew who moderate the Facebook group. And I definitely want to mention Eve and Andrew for modding the chat here. I appreciate you guys so much. Eve has a channel. It's Eve Bolt, and I've got that link down in the description. She does things with watercolors and gouache and stuff. And I also have Andrew's Instagram link below. Go see his awesome art. His Harry Potter box that he just did for his grandson. I'm stopping, Bill. We are stopping. Alright. Back it out.
Back it out.
Back it out. Not with that control, I'm not backing it out. Let's do that, hopefully. No. Oh, I know why. I shall do this. Maybe. There we go. Kind of see him. Kind of. I want his beard to show up. Goodness. Alright. So, I know his nose. This all looks off. I have to work on that. This over here is my scratch birch to test my tips. And if we have any other questions. Oh, that. Okay. So this is what we have cups, but I have to redo the cups.
Why do you have to redo them?
Because we're not using red bubble. Remember?
Yeah.
And on the other side,
bam,
we have her.
It's so beautiful.
I use Jason's drawing for Bernadette. So we'll do that. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. And hopefully this has helped with burning some fur. If you're new here, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you never miss a video. We go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Also, please make sure to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see next week. I didn't ask, are we going back to Bill or Barry? These guys got to get done. Anyway. Oh, Philip wants one.
And I can't tell if that's a good oh my god or a bad oh my god from Heather.
Great cut
And
from Podge.
ironic, the irony is that I don't think Eve is here. I think she's still away.
Oh, is she? Okay. Yes, Heather, I looked at doing that. Yeah. Have some stuff to work on. We also have t-shirts too. Okay. So next week it will either be this or that or something else. Happy burning, guys. Thanks, guys. Bye.